Episode 5!
Oh my god, we're starting?
We're
This is it?
starting episode 5, guys!
Oh my!
Episode
Whoa. We made it to 5 episodes?
I know, a whole month, and guys, Christmas is over.
A whole month and we don't hate each other.
Aww.
Oh my god.
Oh, family, it's so nice. I love you guys.
Don't get mushy though.
Ugh. Well, guys, Christmas is
Anyway,
over! And now we're welcoming the year,
Yay.
2021.
Oh,
Yay.
yeah.
I love how people think that problems are gonna be over as soon as the
Oh.
clock strikes 12, like with Cinderella.
Like, new calendar, the clock strikes 12, and it's a brand new life. New year, new me, man.
You've
Yeah,
heard of It's
sure,
a
okay.
Wonderful Life? Well, get ready for a brand new life.
I've been born again.
Yeah,
Well,
I've been born again.
Yep. It's like that Morgan Freeman. He was born, as like 80-year-old Morgan Freeman. We've never
Yes.
seen
Yeah,
we've never
that's how
seen
he
Morgan
came out,
Freeman
yeah.
as a baby.
Oh my gosh. Did you guys get anything cool or do anything cool for Christmas?
Let's see. Spend time with family. That's always nice.
Man,
For
I
the
got
most
you some
part.
cool gifts.
I mean, too much family and,
Okay.
I made gingerbread cookies for the first time. That was pretty interesting. Molasses. Yeah. Anybody else? KT, what'd you do?
Molasses. What didn't I do? No, that's kid. I'm kid. Yeah, I just hung out with our family and Wesley's family and played a whole heck of a lot of video games. Let me tell you what. I got a
Yeah.
whole lot for Christmas.
lucky.
And
Yeah.
and Brian got a new mic setup. Can't you guys hear him crystal clear this time?
Don't I just
Yay,
sound
we're
absolutely
there.
delicious?
Listen to that sultry voice. You love hearing it in your ears now,
Buttery
don't you?
smooth.
Psych. Yeah, no, it's cool. I love it. I love this mic. It's a lot of fun, and now I won't sound like a dope anymore.
Yeah, no more Ghost Brian. Well, so Christmas is officially over, welcoming in 2021. Some things that are changing, yeah?
Changes!
So, movies are now just going to be streamed. Are movie theaters dead?
Man,
Oh,
I really
don't think so.
wanted Wonder Woman 1984. I really want to see it, and I could get the HBO Max subscription, but I'm just going to wait to see it in theaters because I want that theater experience. I'm one of those guys. I want that whole, just sitting in a theater, popcorn, Coke in hand, and 2.5 hours of Gal Gadot and Wonder Woman. I want it. I'm gonna wait for it.
Overpriced slushy and some really horrible artery
Okay,
clogging popcorn, bro.
You're getting a slushy? How
Yeah.
old are you? Okay.
I love those things. The
No,
blue
you
ra-
don't go to a movie theater to order a slushie. You order a slushie like in the middle of July at a gas station. You don't
No,
go to
like-
a movie
like,
theater to get
it's the-
slushie, man.
The ices. You get the Coke icy or like a blue
No,
raspberry one,
get your
white
ices.
cherry.
White cherry? What? Are you seriously 8 years old? What is wrong with you?
Oh my gosh, I can't believe he's calling me out.
You get either a
I'll tell you
Diet
that,
Coke or a Coke, and that is it with your popcorn. Nothing else, man.
Nah, I am all about the cherry Coke. Now, it's not frozen, but it is cherry Coke and popcorn
Yes.
for me.
You guys are the worst. You want a frozen dessert to go with your hot, steamy popcorn.
No, you don't.
No.
You want something to wash the salty popcorn down, and it's just plain Coca-Cola. There ain't nothing else.
You're weird.
Oh man, I can't believe it.
I bet you eat nachos in the movie theater, too.
No, I don't eat that bag cheese. That's nasty. That plastic bag cheese.
I'm gonna
cheese.
call out. I'm gonna call out our cousin Fidel for eating nachos at the theater.
Put a
No,
comment down
no.
below what you eat at the movie theater. Alright, I want to feel like I'm not alone with the only person that gets a freaking icy at the movie theater. They're delicious. They're so good. And you get the free refills.
You probably put that other powdered stuff on your popcorn too. Like,
Ew,
let
the
me
white
add some
the white
spritz.
cheddar. Now that
Oh,
one's gross.
yuck.
So
Have you guys ever noticed like that area where you put the powder is just so gross? Like it's just like the counter is covered with that powder, and there are
Yeah,
Ew.
because that powder has been there for like years because nobody uses
nobody's
it.
refilled it. Yeah, that and there'll be like random straw wrappers that people didn't bother actually putting in the trash. They're just all conglomerating
And all the poor
there.
popcorns that didn't get eaten that like fell off when you threw the popcorn bucket down to fill it with butter.
Ugh.
See, this is why we need to go. This is why I'm going to wait to go see Wonder Woman at the theater because this is the traditions and the beauty of being at a movie theater.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yeah,
wait the next
beauty.
couple weeks
Yeah,
to go see
sure.
it.
The last movie I saw in theaters was actually Onward, and that was with Katie, and we both had the theater
Holy
to
cow.
ourselves right
Yeah, it was
before
awesome.
lockdown started. So it's pretty crazy back in
That's
March.
awesome. Yeah, wow, that's nuts.
Speaking of Pixar, Soul. Soul came out on Christmas Day. Did you guys watch it?
I did, and it
Hey,
is
nice segue though.
gorgeous.
Oh, thanks, man.
Nice. That was an awesome segue.
Oh my gosh, I did watch Soul, and I loved it. Is it a? I'm gonna wait to hold my questions, but I think it was a very Pixar film. It was a very Pixar film.
You know, I actually think otherwise. I think it was very not Pixar. I was surprised to see this
Really?
come out of Pixar. It was something more grown up than what Pixar has been putting out in more recent
Yeah.
years. Sure, you have Up and you have Inside Out. This one was beyond that for some reason. This was existential, and it had like those silly moments of comic relief, the characters, Tina Fey, whatever's going on here, Jamie Foxx. But no, this movie, like, this one got deep and real for me.
It did. I love it. And you see, I think that's actually what makes it Pixar, because you do have these deep moments in Pixar films where it's like, what am I doing? What are we here? Case in point, Wally and Ratatouille. Those are just two of the many mature movies that come to mind that Pixar produces. But yeah, it did have those mature themes that I really, really craved, and I was expecting that. I
Hmm.
remember a couple weeks ago we were talking about Soul, and I was really hoping that they would come out with something mature where it's not going to be silly. And I'm very pleased that they did not spend so much time. No spoilers. I'm not going to spoil anything, but they didn't spend a lot of time in that world where everything was very blue.
Oh, I loved that
That
world though. It was so pretty. I think the reason why I actually liked it so much is because of that reason. They didn't spend too much time there and like burn it into the
yeah,
ground.
yeah.
It was like the
It didn't
appropriate
become
amount of
stale.
time.
Yeah, it didn't become stale like some or tropey. It didn't become any of
Hmm.
that. I thought it was actually very very clever with the Jerrys and the Terrys.
Yeah.
And as much as I wanted to not like Terry because I thought he was going to get in the way, they actually handled his situation very cleverly. But I really just want to talk about just the themes and the attitude of the movie.
Hmm.
So last week I was talking about hoping they were going to capture the jazz essence, the essence of jazz and the culture behind it. Mwah! Knocked it out of the park.
Mm.
I
Applause.
love that. Yes, I love that they made some allusions to classic jazz pieces. And I saw actually in the credits that the very famous, wonderful pianist Herbie Hancock worked on the film as well, and that's wonderful. I didn't recognize the other people, but that's part of the beauty of it. People that you've never even heard of. And when you look at the jazz musicians that were playing on the stage with the Dorothea Williams uh, now quartet,
Hmm.
I loved that there was a female bassist.
Hmm.
Um, I'm right now. I'm all about Esperanza Spalding. Esperanza Spalding beat out Justin Bieber for Best New Artist.
Mm.
Dang. Whew. Oh, oh, jeez. But anyway, and also as a music, I'm not gonna go on forever, but also being a music teacher myself and just wanting that shot, that chance to get to play and
Yeah.
and play with good people. man, it is just something that you are just biting at the bits for. And I'm sure it's that way with a lot of people, not just, musicians,
Yeah.
but actors or architects or whatever, mathematicians, whatever
Athletes.
yeah, when you finally are noticed for what you are and you get your shot, you get your chance in the spotlight, then yeah, you get in your zone and it's like, holy moly, that's awesome.
They
Um,
really captured that essence like perfectly.
Perfectly, man. Speaking of that, the movie overall is just visually stunning.
Mhm.
Like there
So
was one.
I'm going to be seeing it tomorrow with the kids. Do you think it's going to be a good kids movie? Will they appreciate it?
I think they'll like it, but some things will go over their heads.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's visually good to look at for all ages, and there are the silly moments and good. However, there are like the more adult themes. Not that they're like, X rated or anything, but they're, more,
More abstract,
yeah, more akin
concepts.
to adult, troubles and things like that, that I think will kind of go over the kids' head. They'll still be interested, definitely, but
Like you'll have a scene where Joe, he's the blue soul thing. He's trying to eat pizza and he can't taste pizza, and it
mhm.
just he poops the pizza, and it just shoots out. It's just a pew!
Yeah, I
That's
love
silly,
Tina
but
Fey like slapping his little face. And
yeah, yeah,
that's another thing. I love Tina Fey's character. She is not annoying to me. And that was what I was worried
yeah.
about this entire time, was that, these little blue people were going to be annoying. It wasn't. Thank the Lord. Pixar, you didn't like ruin it.
They didn't make another sadness from Inside Out
Yeah,
where
no.
it's like,
This was
oh, come
handled
on.
so perfectly. I could I loved it. I thought it was great. Really did.
Yeah. So you have that pizza scene, but then you also have moments where Joe is trying to talk to his mom, and that's
Oh,
like, whoa, that's an adult thing.
yeah.
Whoa, that, like, when you're really trying to convey, you're trying as an adult to talk to your mom, and it's
Mhm.
not always the easiest thing. But so you have this beautiful blend of, silly childish things, but then it comes back to reality where you're like, oh my god. And then the whole thing, you're hit with a thing that comes out of nowhere with the cat. I'm not gonna say what happens,
Yeah.
but that whole thing with the
Mr.
cat, I was,
Mittens.
yeah, oh, and the sign twirling guy. So you're hit
Yeah.
left and right with these things that are like, where did this come from? But it works so awesome, um, and just coupled with the stunning visuals. I mean, there's a part where this will be the last thing I say about it. There's a part where Dorothea Williams is playing her saxophone. Oh,
Oh, when they like get
wow.
that close-up shot of the saxophone.
Yes,
Wow.
yes, yes, yes. The lighting and the metallicness
It looks
of
so
the
real. I even
saxophone.
paused the
Yeah.
movie at like one scene where there's like a piece of pizza or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like Joe's holding a piece of pizza and it looked so realistic. I'm like, dang, animation has come so far. Like I know I've worked in animating and making 3D objects and, making them look rendered and real. So I understand that aspect, but like to have a professional do it and make it look dang real. It's like, wow, that's incredible. I'm just always blown away and shocked.
And I love Dorothea Williams' character as well.
Yeah.
She has that. It's sort of like a Miles Davis vibe where she's sizing you up right then and there, and she doesn't have to use her words. She's
Mhm.
just looking at you. And I've known players like that they have that level of arrogance, but it's not really warranted.
Mhm.
But she had it, man. She had it, and that was great. Um, but the takeaway from this for me was that it took me to a memory musically of a concert I did years ago with a jazz orchestra at UNG, and it was one of my favorite memories. We were playing Pat Metheny's "It's Just Talk," and I was on guitar, and I love that piece. It's a cool piece. It's very Latin, um, and there was a piano solo. Started out with a piano solo, and then there was a trombone solo. But then my buddy George Perez started playing on saxophone, and I guess we just all started, like, the whole orchestra just started really grooving on George's solo, and for some reason we stopped watching our conductor, and the drummer Adam Martin just sort of took off with the tempo, and it just, I was like, yeah, now we're really playing. And it was,
Making
it was
music.
awesome. Yeah, and then when George finished his solo, the audience went crazy. And so it's memories like that were, it just came flooding back to me while watching this movie, and I was like, man, what a great reminder of
Because
things like that.
we all have our thing, and we've all gone through, that like in the spotlight type of moment, regardless of what it is. We've
Yeah,
all had
where you're
something.
reminded where you're
Mm-hmm.
reminded that life is beautiful, and
It,
that is the big takeaway of
that
the
was
movie.
such a wonderful, just little ounce of beauty in it. Just the overall theme was just life is beautiful. It made me think, just like, little things, just like the leaves falling out of the tree, the guy playing on the subway station, just to appreciate life. And that's what the whole movie was about. And it was so good.
Yes, so go watch it. Look for Easter eggs. They are hard to find in
They're
this
so hard.
movie.
I was looking the entire time. I didn't find a single one. I need to go back and watch it.
I did find one. But when you go and watch other videos on YouTube that say, look at all the Easter eggs, then you'll be like, what?
Yeah.
But yes. Great movie, great experience. I hope that you guys enjoy it as much as we did. Brian, I hope you and the girls enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely. It was too good.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So with that, I'm going to take a break talking. I feel like I'm screaming right now. But before I do that, I'm going to have my dessert today. Sadly, Ileana does not have a dessert. We're actually recording separately.
Yeah, no dessert for me. Aww. But that's okay.
Oh,
I had a tropical smoothie cafe today, and I had a lovely smoothie with strawberries, mango, pineapple, and orange juice, and it was delicious. So I'm full on sweets today. Katie, what is the dessert of dessert of the week?
the dessert of the week actually comes from the same place that it came from last week, and it is the Alpha Euro Grill. That is the name of the restaurant. It's not labeled like that on the outside of the building. It literally just says, like, grill or Euro. There's no Alpha anywhere, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I had to look it up to find it. But anyway, today I have what looks like a chocolate chip cannoli.
Oh.
Now I took a video of it earlier, of what it looks like, and you can see it on Ileana's Instagram. I don't do Instagram, so she's gonna be my PR there.
Mm-hmm.
But this thing is monstrous. It's bigger than a Twinkie, and there are chocolate chips on both sides of this thing. It looks like there's a hint of powdered sugar. It is just it looks yummy. Let's see. I was not anticipating it being that soft.
Oh, really? It wasn't crunchy?
Not at all.
Huh.
Wow, the inside is very creamy.
What's the inside? Is it usually like a ricotta type of cheese, or?
It tastes like some sort of cream cheese.
Okay. I knew it wasn't like a like a like a icing or something, or like a frosting.
No, it tastes like a cream cheese. The breading is really nice. It's not crunchy. It's actually falling apart while I'm holding it. Oh my god. Oh.
They're fried, right?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Okay.
It's not overly sweet, but the chocolate chips definitely give it more of a sweetness. Let's see.
Oh yeah, that sounds good.
Very soft. Very nice. So, in case I haven't mentioned, I'm talking with my mouth full. Hi, Rude.
Chew your food. You're an animal.
You got me. The whole reason why I do desserts is because support local business.
Mm-hmm.
And I like desserts. So and I don't really get an opportunity to eat desserts, so I'm using this as an opportunity.
You get the
Um,
best of both worlds.
Supporting local business, and I get a yummy dessert to talk to you about. So
Mm-hmm.
once again, if you want to see pictures of this yummy cannoli, go check out Ileana's Instagram. Insta.
My Insta
Brian, what have you got for us today?
stream of the
So
week.
today we are going to be doing a draft. We're going to be drafting the entire Pixar filmography, all the way from 1995's Toy Story 1 to 2020's Soul.
Wait,
There's
Big
20.
Brother, you're forgetting your stream of the week.
Oh yeah, stream of the week. Thanks for reminding me.
You're so
Stream pick
welcome.
of the week. I'm just so excited for the drafting of
I
the
know,
Pixar
I'm
movies. It's
excited
gonna
too,
be sweet.
honestly.
It's all right. So really quick, stream pick of the week is on Disney Plus. Mighty Ducks 1 and 2. Go back to back on those. They are so good. Emilio Estevez. Mighty Ducks 1 and 2. The new Mighty Ducks TV show. It's called Mighty Ducks Game Changers. Is going to be coming out soon. So to get a refresher, go back to Mighty Ducks 1 and 2. Really good 90s sports movies. The best, especially if you love hockey. Doesn't get any better. Skip Mighty Ducks 3. Emilio is barely in it. Charlie is a whiner. Forget that. But go with 1 and 2. Two is like such a fun movie. You can't have a bad time watching Mighty Ducks 2. It's so good. Keenan Thompson is in it. Knuckle Puck it up, man. Mighty Ducks 1 and 2. Go check it out. Stream pick of the week.
All
I
right,
prefer
all right.
the animated series.
No, that's garbage. Get
Yeah.
that out of here. It is. All right, let's do this Pixar draft.
I'm so excited.
All right, so here's the rules. So there's 23 Pixar films in total from 1995 to 2020. We're each going to have 5 picks. I'm going to have the first pick. Once that film is picked, you can't choose it again. Pretty much we're going to be choosing what are the best, top, all around. Add a little bit of our personal favorites in there for the Pixar movies, okay? So,
Yeah,
you guys ready?
I'm ready. All right, Big
Yeah,
Brother,
really
you have to
quick.
go first. You're
We're-
older.
All right. So, without a
Well-
doubt, still to this day, in 2008, the best and the peak, the pinnacle of Pixar perfection is Wally.
My
Wally
God.
is the absolute pinnacle of Pixar. It is in terms of animation, storytelling, sci-fi. You can't go wrong with Wall-E. From beginning to end, it is the perfect one. It's still one of the best movies of all time. It's absolutely amazing.
Came out
I
at such a
agree.
strange time.
I really enjoy it. Mostly for Wally and Eva, but also because the sound design is the best.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
That's Ben
what I-
Burt from the Star Wars movies, R2D2.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, I'm second born,
Yep.
so I get second pick.
All right,
All
hit
right.
us.
All right. I'm going to go with Onward
Oh.
as the number. As
You're
the
saying
number...
Onward is the second
No,
best Disney movie?
Wait. No. I thought we were starting from the bottom to the top.
No, girl.
No, it's the number
Oh.
one pick. The number
Oh,
one
my
pick
bad.
is the best
My
one.
bad.
Whoa, yeah,
My
that was like
bad.
shocking. It's a good movie, but dang.
Dang! What? That hasn't even stood the test of time yet.
No, I'm sorry.
No, get with the program. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So what, in your opinion, is the number 2 best Pixar movie? Then.
Oh man. Okay, so in terms of my favorite, maybe not necessarily the best Pixar movie made, but my favorite, I'm gonna have to go with The Incredibles.
Yeah.
The
Wow.
first one. Yeah.
Bold.
It is bold. You've got it, in fact the movie's bold. You have action, drama, comedy. It's got everything. It's got a great villain. It's got an amazing villain.
Yeah.
You've got this family dynamic. It's about family, and they don't hate each other. That was one of the things that struck me the most. Because at the time you had a lot of shows on TV where the family hates them. They hate each other.
Yeah.
But then you have The Incredibles where they genuinely love each other. They fight each other sometimes. They argue, but they love each other. Great visuals. The action is great. The music. Michael Giacchino, he just knocks it out of the ballpark with this one. So that is my pick.
There are a lot of great sequences, like Brad Bird, the director. So many great action sequences in The Incredibles, the first movie.
That whole jungle scene with the fighting, bro. It's
I'm
good
just
every time.
thinking Elastigirl, how she's able to sneak in. Just the imagination that you have with Elastigirl and everything you can do with those characters is just amazing.
They did too good. All right, I am saving the best for last because I was the last, right? So, last born at least. All right, so for my favorite, or not necessarily my favorite, but which I think is like the best out of the ones that are still left. I don't know. Gotta give it to Ratatouille. Ratatouille.
Oh, good. No, that's right up there.
That's fair.
It is such a beautiful movie. I remember watching Disney Channel back in the day when the movie first came out, and they went behind the scenes to show you how they made all of the unique sounds for the kitchen. And they used actual, kitchen sounds, and we're just going around banging on stuff. And I was like, I love how authentic it is. The story, the colors, the characters, love or hate them. You gotta admit, it's a great story. It's so imaginative. And, yep, Ratatouille, that's it.
I agree.
I love it. It's a great pick. Great pick.
That's
Brad Bird again. Brad Bird again is just
killing it, man.
He kills it. He's awesome.
Brad Bird and Pete Docter they're the dynamic duo.
Yeah.
John Lasseter is lacking right now.
Unfortunately, it's my pick again. I got to go back. We go around the loop again. And John Lasseter, though, even though right now he's got a pretty bad rap for, especially with the ladies and everything, he's still the granddaddy. He's still the godfather.
Yep.
And we wouldn't be anywhere without John Lasseter. And Toy Story numero uno.
Yep.
Still one of the best, and even it's the pioneer of CGI animated films. It's still on its own one of the greatest stories of friendship, childhood ever. You can't go wrong with Toy Story number 1. I saw it 7 times in theaters, summer '95.
Dang, that's awesome.
Good Lord, I don't remember that. I was watching it recently, and Woody has come a long way. Not in terms of animation, but he was a jerk.
Oh yeah, he was.
That first one, I didn't really realize it until I watched it. For the it took a 50 millionth time of watching Toy Story to realize that.
Do you remember that scene where he does that sneaky little smile and his fingers clack when he's ready to throw Buzz out the window?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, jerk.
He didn't mean to.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I would. Yeah, Toy Story's good.
He didn't mean it. Okay, so my turn. So the first 4, they were probably the first third of Pixar's life. I'll call it the first third. Now I'm gonna give one that's recent, and it is Coco.
Nice.
Oh boy! Oh
wow.
my God.
That's
so
awesome.
up high.
Oh man. Okay, so once again, musician time. I'm on my musician soapbox. So once again, you have Miguel and going to his zone, and us being half Hispanic, we have these tropes that we share, like the chancleta. When I thought that Coco was gonna be a so-so movie, oh really, until I saw a trailer that showed the abuelita with her chancleta about to pounce on this guy in the plaza. And I was like, this movie's going to be great. As soon as I saw that, I knew this movie was going to be great. I tear up every time at the end of this film.
Yes.
I even tear up at something so arbitrary as the first time that Miguel is crossing over the flower petal bridge. I don't know why. but there is something that overwhelms me about that animation of the bridge. It is just spectacular. The whole story is spectacular. It had a great twist at the end, and I'm gonna move on because I'm gonna tear up again.
Yeah, it's a beautiful film. I'm actually surprised you picked Coco over Up, though. But I guess we'll get to it later.
Spoilies.
For me, next is me again. As much as I want to put Bug's Life, if you guys don't know, A Bug's Life is my favorite movie of all time. I don't think it's the greatest.
Do it.
It has its flaws. So, what I'm gonna put instead is Monsters Inc.
Oh, you
Really?
stole my dang it! That was my next pick.
I win.
Oh,
Monsters
man.
Inc. is such a good movie.
It is.
it is
That was my
so-
next pick.
It's so creative. I don't know how these people did it, man. Like, you know, everybody goes like the monster in the closet and your fears and stuff, and using screams to power their city. That's so funny. I love it. And to see like how monsters view humans, and such a good movie. And the villain is great, and the twists are great. Everything, the comedy between oh gosh, what's his name? Crystal Ball. What's his name? Mike Wazowski's actor.
Mike Wazowski.
Oh,
Billy Crystal.
Yeah, Billy Crystal. I called him Crystal Ball because I was like, it's something like that.
Billy Crystal Ball. Yeah.
Billy Crystal
And John
Ball.
Goodman.
And John Goodman. I love their dynamic together. How could I be so stupid? It's so good.
I ask
So,
myself that
two-
question every
Two things
day.
really quick. I was talking with the girls yesterday, and then we were discussing what's my favorite Pixar character, and it became between three. It was either Woody, Buzz Lightyear, or Sully.
I love
And
Sully.
Sully is my favorite Pixar character. of all time,
Good.
straight up.
Yeah, he's awesome. I love Sully.
And
Well,
I'll
I'm
never forget Monsters Inc. for what we all watched that together as a family, and Ileana was bawling at the end when Sully has to say goodbye to Boo. She must have been like 5 or 6, and she was just like sobbing.
Bro, when was she never bawling? She was always bawling.
Oh my
Old guppy
gosh.
eyes back here.
Well, I mean, I was enjoying the movie. Then I just turn around and she's like being cradled by our parents because she's hyperventilating.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I still get emotional at that scene. Okay, like lay off. It's so powerful. I'm
Brian,
crying
you need to
again.
lay off. Brian, you need to lay off because you are Sully. You are the epitome of Sully.
I wish I was
When
Sully.
he
Awesome.
comes back and she goes, "Kitty." It's like, the waterfall. I was shot.
Kill the waterworks. All right, Brian.
All
what
right,
is your next
this
pick?
is gonna be super tough because I was so up high on Monsters Inc. So now I'm looking at what we have left. Bug's Life is awesome.
Oh, it's so good.
Dang, but there's many other good ones. You know what? I'm gonna have to go out of left field here, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have to go Brave.
Really?
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
I know I am in the minority with Brave, but I really just truly. You could put that movie on anytime, and I will watch that movie.
I'm there with
really
you, though.
enjoy Brave.
I like it.
enjoy the animation, the voice acting. I love the story. Everything about Brave is just a movie that what Pixar does so good is they just put you into that world, and
Yeah.
you're just surrounded by it. And I was just surrounded by the Scottish, it's not so much a princess story, but like just a Scottish adventure with the princess as the main character.
It's
I
such a
love
great
Brave.
story, though, about like mother and daughter. Like they killed it with that. It's so good.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't really. As much flack as Merida gets, she's a very likable character.
It's just
when
my
she's-
bull.
Yeah, and she's 15 years old. What 15-year-old doesn't act like that?
Yeah.
So I'm Team Merida. Team Merida. You
Me
go.
too.
Absolutely. I didn't know somebody was hating on Merida.
They crapped on her in Wreck-It
Yeah.
Ralph too. Did you not see that one?
No. Yeah, I did, but I don't remember that. She's
They
awesome.
they're like, oh yeah, we can't understand her. We just like have her here.
That was
Oh.
hysterical. Like poor Merida.
Poor
No, if you
Merida.
look on the internet, if you look on the internet, there are a lot of people that are like, oh Merida,
Oh, she's not even like a good princess. She's not like whatever. I'm like, she's like a legit princess. Even Mulan isn't a princess, and I love Mulan. She's my favorite quote unquote Disney princess, but she's not even a princess. All right, Merida is. All right, come on.
Camyon. Okay, speaking of Camyon, it's my turn. Oh boy. Okay, so this is gonna be a little bit of a shocker for you guys. Maybe not. Maybe not. I'm gonna have to say Inside Out.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
That was my ex pick then. Yeah, that's a good one. No, it's awesome.
I love Inside Out. Back when it first came out, I watched this movie like once a day. I and I cried every time I saw it. It is so relatable. But it's not just about relatable. It's there is so I really interested in psychology. I don't know anything about psychology, but I find it very fascinating. And when you do a deeper dive of this movie, there's so much psychology that went into this. And just looking at the film as it is, the animation is beautiful. It is astounding. I could stare at those fuzzy things on Joy every day, like just stare at it like a 5-year-old. Like, and when I went to this has nothing to do with the movie per se, but when I went to Disney World earlier this year, back in January, gosh, it's almost been a year. I went to I can't remember what part of the park it was, and I ran into Joy, and I started singing "Who's Your Friend That Likes to Play Bing Bong, Bing Bong," and we both just bounced around like idiots.
That's cool.
And
That's really cool.
it was so fun. It was so fun. And I think that's what Inside Out is. It is a movie that it is all about emotions. It'll make you laugh. It'll make you cry. It'll make you angry. It'll make you want Chinese food. It gives you everything. So Inside Out, that's my pick.
All right. That's a good pick. I'm over here struggling so hard because, like, I have 3 that I really want to put, but if you guys take it from me, I'm going to be upset. All right, so my next pick. I gave the last one to Monsters, Inc., and I said Bug's Life wasn't there. I'm going to put a Bug's Life now. Forget it. Bug's Life
Nice.
is
Bug's
so
Life.
good.
Yay.
It's such a good hero story. You know, the fall of the hero and then the rise and the fall again. I will always love this movie. It always has a good place in my heart, and it always has like that nostalgia. Like I always go back whenever I'm in a particular scene of the movie that I can go back and remember like how I felt about watching the movie as a child. And there's just something, connecting there. It's not even like a story that I can connect with or anything like that. I just love the characters. I think it's funny, it's silly, and I love all of them. So, one of my favorite scenes is the whole circus scene when you first meet all of the quote unquote warriors. It's so quotable, and Katie and I can quote all of it.
So, being a ladybug automatically makes me a guy. Is that it, Flyboy?
Huh?
No, it's a girl.
Oh yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah,
a
makes me
quote.
a girl. Flyboy.
Fun fact, though, we can quote pretty much every word verbatim of this movie.
Yeah.
Wesley tests me on that just randomly. I'll be sitting at the dinner table just like minding my own business, and it'll be like, "Hey, quote that scene,"
Yep.
and we can do it. It's like a party trick. It's kind of
It really is. It's super funny. I can kind of do the same thing with Ratatouille, though.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's such a great movie. I think Kevin Spacey is a great villain in that as Hopper.
Yes.
Oh, so good.
Such good voice acting too. I think that's one of,
they killed
the best
it.
voice acted ones. Great cast. It gets more difficult from here. It's super tough. I'm looking at the list here. I mean, we still got a few Toy Stories. We got a bunch of the sequels.
Yeah.
For the Pixar movies. Some are better than others. But I feel like, man, it's Crush, man. It's I'm gonna have to go with Finding Nemo.
Okay, man, you took one of mine.
Yeah, you took one of mine too.
I feel like Finding Nemo, for a long time, it was like everybody's top 3, and it's gone down since then. But still, at the end of the day, Finding Nemo is I think that's like pure, like on a technical level, the way that Pixar is able to do like water and just
Yeah.
immerse you in water and in the ocean, and just really nobody's been able to do that the same the way that they do, or to do it on a technical level and then on a storytelling level where they make you go into this world of the fish and the sea. Unbelievable. It's
Somewhere
from beginning to
beyond
end.
the sea.
It is an incredible film. It's one that anybody in the world could watch, any race, ethnic, creed, and they will enjoy it and find something out of Finding Nemo.
For a while, you couldn't go into any restaurant without Finding Nemo being on TV. In fact, they still play it on a local, on a TV at a local sushi restaurant in Dawsonville. They
Well,
they
yeah, it
play
even
they
changed
play
like
this movie like on loop.
it even changed how, little kids go to aquariums now. There's Nemo.
Yeah.
Every kid knows Nemo.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
good
yeah.
one. Yeah.
All right, KT.
All right. I have to give it up to this film. It has a special place in me heart, in me cold, dark, damp heart.
Oh.
But I have to give it up to Up.
I knew it.
Nice.
Yeah,
No, it's a good
it has
one.
to happen. It has to happen. This movie, I don't even know why. Like, what makes it so special, other than it is so whimsical. I think that is the best word to define it. It is whimsical. You start with Carl and Ellie as these whimsical children, and then they grow up to be whimsical adults, and then Carl goes on a whimsical adventure with a little boy that finds a dog and a giant bird, and they fight dogs in airplanes. Like, what is that? So
Oh my goodness.
it's just
Yeah, it's so
just
random
fantasy.
but lovely.
Yes, it is. And then you have the music. I don't know if that's Michael Giacchino again.
That is
It
Michael
is?
G again.
Yeah. And so once again he steps up and he just delivers. And you can't really talk about Up without talking about the first 5 minutes of that movie, where Little Happy Go Lucky. It came out in what, 2009. I had turned 20, or I was on the verge of turning 20, and I go, la la la, I'm going to go see Pixar's Up. It looks like a good fun movie. And then I sit there, I'm like, what
Your
is
heart's
this?
ripped out in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my god. Oh no. No. What is this? But it holds a special place in our heart. Wesley and I themed our wedding after Up because it's just so colorful and happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Up, gotta love it.
All right. You know how we were talking about in Monsters Inc., I cried at the end and whatever. It always makes me cry? Toy
Everything
Story
else.
2.
Toy Story 2, yeah.
Toy Story 2! That scene with Jessie and going
When
over her...
somebody loves
Ah,
me,
it's
everything
so
must
beautiful.
be
That's my favorite Toy Story movie. I love the third and first one and the fourth one. I love all of them, but Toy Story 2 is always probably always the one I go to the most. I love how Buzz and Woody's dynamic has changed into friendship, and I love that we get more of the side characters relationship in it too, because it was mostly just focused on Buzz and Woody in the first movie. So now I like, getting Rex and Slinky and Ham and getting to see them, and then Woody with the new Roundup gang and everything. So I've always loved that, and seeing oh gosh, what is Woody gonna do, the choice he's gonna make, and then seeing Jesse's backstory and being like, well, I my heart hurts now. Go to Japan, Woody. Go to Japan.
Can't leave out Emperor Zurg, sworn enemy of the Galactic Alliance.
Yep. Destroy Buzz Lightyear.
Destroy Buzz Lightyear! Destroy Buzz Lightyear! No, Buzz, I am your father.
No! Such a good movie. All right, Brian, your last pick.
Oh, my last pick. This is so
The list has been so narrowed down.
It really is. And here's the thing. It's come down to the sequels.
Yeah.
And it's I mean, these are most sequels in most movies suck, but these sequels they're solid. They're entertaining. They are entertaining. Some of them are not definitely as good as the others.
Right.
Cars 2, 3, the whole Cars franchise. Looking at you, but when it comes to it, I'm gonna have to say it. Toy Story 3. I
Nice.
go out. Toy Story 3
Have mercy.
is still phenomenal. I wish I could pick Toy Story 4 too. I feel like they're like the same movie. They
Yeah,
really
they're
are.
both really
they're like
great.
bookends. Toy Story 3 and 4 are like bookends of the same movie. They're like the same
Yeah.
thing. But Toy Story 3 though is still a complete story. If we didn't have Toy Story 4, which is seriously the icing on the cake, and if Toy Story 3 was just the complete end all, it would be the perfect trilogy. Toy Story, the trilogy is better than Back to the Future, The Godfathers, Indiana
man.
Jones. It is the best trilogy, bar none.
Okay, well, Lord of the Rings.
Statement. Crickets.
No, Toy Story. I do Toy Stories over Lord of the Rings. Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, you just got too far. You
Oh,
got
No,
too
it's
far.
absolutely
Put in
true.
the chat. Put in the chat. Curse them out. No, I'm kidding.
No, I'm serious. If you want to argue that another time, the merits of Lord of the Rings versus the Toy Story trilogy, we will go, round for round.
Oh,
we'll
wow.
go toe-to-toe. We'll do it.
I'm serious.
We'll do it.
We can, but at the end of the day, it is a complete package story from beginning, middle to end. You can't go wrong with Toy Story 3.
Wow.
At
All
all.
right. Bold.
Give us a like or a dislike if you want us to have that
Discussion.
match,
Yeah.
that discussion.
All right,
We'll
KT,
discuss.
number 5.
Okay. At this point, I need to say this. We were talking before, and we were saying that there is no bad Pixar movie. They are not unwatchable. None of them are unwatchable. Such as The Good Dinosaur. I know it's low on everybody's radar, but it's not unwatchable. This may be a sacrilege thing for me to say, but even Cars 2, it's not unwatchable. It's something
No,
that
you're absolutely right.
It's not something that I just seek to watch. Like, oh, I can't wait to get off work and watch Cars 2. Mwah. Mwah. I can't
Said
wait
no
to-
one ever.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear Mater's voice again. Mwah. No. No. But that being said, there is a movie. I have to tell you, it comes down between Incredibles 2 and Onward for me. I will say that. I'm going to go with Onward.
No, that was mine.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Onward. I know it's a recent one, but even so, I feel like it's really overlooked. Yeah, I mean, it just came out this year, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
But even so, it's
so good.
It's overlooked.
It's bummed.
And
It's
I
kind of
feel
bummed
like-
out that it didn't have that theatrical release where a lot of people would see it. It was
Yeah,
kind
it
of
was
just pushed away
right
to
when
Disney
quarantine
Plus.
started.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it really stinks because it is a great movie. I told Ileana when it first came out that I saw it before she did, and I said it reminds me of me and her when I went off to college and she was still in middle school or high school, I don't remember. But regardless, the movie is it's awesome. It's fun. It's a fun movie.
It is really fun.
It's about legs. Like the two brothers are taking legs, to a special place.
It's about a
They're on
quest.
They're on a quest, and I like to play D&D. Yes, I'm one of those nerds. I like D&D. So the whole dynamic of sorcerers and the Manticore.
Oh my gosh.
The Manticore
in a minute.
was probably my favorite character. Yeah, in a minute.
It's so good.
And she had tattoos. Like, that's so funny. That's great. She burns down her restaurant. What have I become? So just even the mom wasn't like, what are my boys doing? This is insane. She was like, well, I gotta get in on this. She didn't look down on her sons, especially Barley, for what he was interested in. Instead, she was like, okay, I'll meet you where you're at. And I think that's something to be as opposed to Barley, grow up. My goodness.
Yeah,
No,
that would
she's
just
like,
that whole trope
I
has
love-
been like burned into the ground. So I'm glad that she was like, all with it and like, oh, okay, just make sure you pick up your toys.
I love the line that she's. Yeah, I was just gonna say a line that she says, Barley, if you leave your figurines on our armies are gonna go to war.
Yep.
Something like that. He just goes, sorry, Mom.
It's very wholesome.
Chris Pratt did a great job.
Yeah, he did.
Barley. Yeah, so I have a lot of fun with the word. That is my last pick.
And my last pick.
All right, so yeah, Ileana, here are the final movies. All right, and you have to pick one.
Oh,
so you
boy.
have Cars 1, 2, and 3, Monsters University, The Good Dinosaur, Finding Dory, Incredibles 2, Toy Story 4, and Soul.
Wow, this is hard. Like, I know which ones I definitely don't want to pick, and which ones that I'm, like, looking at that I'm like, which one do I do? I've got 3 that I'm looking at that I'm like, oh, man. All right. Oh, my gosh, this is so hard. Is it bad that I want to give it to Soul already?
Type F in the chat for Cars 2. It's not Cars. No, do it, man.
I'm giving it to Soul.
Do it.
I only saw it once,
Wow.
and
No, that's good.
All right.
Already, I just felt a connection to that movie more than any other ones.
That's awesome.
The runner-ups
Oh my gosh.
were Cars 1 and Toy Story 4, which I think, those are amazing movies. Cars 1 gets a lot of crap for just being, surface level humor and not really like big in story and everything. I find it to be a very enjoyable movie. I enjoy watching Cars.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed.
Same with Toy Story 4. Well, not exactly same, but I enjoy watching Toy Story 4. Made me feel all the feels. I teared up watching it in the theaters. And it was such a perfect ending to what you said was like the perfect trilogy. But something about Soul, I mean, it's just what the title says, it hits you in your soul. And it was just such a human movie in animation. And so, you love to see visual animation. You can do so much with it, and it's so beautiful, and that's what it did. But it also remained so human. And I think that's what really drew me to it. So, giving it to Soul.
Wow.
Sorry, Finding
Nice
Dory.
job, guys.
Maybe next time.
Yeah, poor Finding Dory.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, the other ones are good too.
They're all good movies. I love Pixar movies. Pixar is my favorite franchise of movie producers. So
Studio,
of course I love all of them. But yeah, the 5 that we've gone over just have to be the best.
So
No, I
three,
think we got a solid list, guys. You can't go wrong.
The top 3 are Wally, The Incredibles, and Ratatouille.
Wow. See, comment down below if you agree with our list.
And I'm looking in my house, in my music room. I actually have Pixar posters listed or hung on my walls, and I noticed that those 3 movies came out almost simultaneously, like back to back. Cars came after Incredibles, but that was probably like the golden age of Pixar. What do you guys think?
Well, I mean, if you look at it around that time, that was when Pixar was the hottest studio in town.
Yeah,
not just
definitely.
in terms of box office, but prestige. In fact, they were winning every best animated feature Oscar every year at the Academy Awards.
If you look back at what Disney was producing at that time, this is probably 2009 or so, 2008.
No, it was Incredibles came out 2004. And Wally came out
2007.
2008.
Yeah. Ratatouille is 2009, correct?
No,
Ratatouille is 2007.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so what movies were coming around at that time from Disney? Probably not the best ones.
Bolt.
Miley Cyrus.
So Disney were dipping their toes into the 3D animation realm, but they did not have the credential, like maybe not credentials.
They
but
didn't have the love. I feel like they didn't have that oomph. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They didn't have the story to tell that was like captivating and awe-inspiring. It was just like, oh, let's throw, some animals in there. People like animals, and we have this one story, whatever.
And they casted John Travolta as Bolt. Like,
exactly. So it didn't have the feel-good, heart, awe-inspiring type of thing that Pixar had going on. So, yeah, those are good movies to put at the top of the list.
And then if you look at around 2009, 2010, you'll notice that the Academy Awards had to take notice of Pixar and everything they were doing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Up and even Toy Story 3 were nominated for Best Picture along with the regular live action films. They were one of the few since Beauty and the Beast back in 1992.
Wow.
They finally got some recognition. Of course, they won the Best Feature Animated Film, but they were in the running for it to be a solid, this is the best picture of the year.
They should have won.
And Wally, you can put Wally right up. Wally is one of those movies that are like, holy cow, this is one of the greatest movies ever made.
Mm-hmm.
This movie, we need to do something to recognize the studio because they're doing good work over there.
Well, to Mom. Mom hates Wally.
I think it's grown on her in the years. But that is the draft for Pixar films. Next week, I hope you're ready for even more Pixar because, Katie, what are we doing?
Holy smokes. Hang on to your bottoms and pull out your trivia books because we are doing a Jeopardy-style Pixar Jeopardy.
Yeah.
I will be
man, Trebek, man. What the heck?
In honor of Trebek, man.
Dang. So I will be the world's worst Alex Trebek, but I will try my best. I will be asking the questions, or, I'll be presenting the questions, if you like that.
Right.
If you have any questions that you think might stump these two, then leave them in the comments, and I'll see what I can do about.
Just don't ask anything about Finding Dory, man. Who the heck knows anything about Finding Dory?
You don't know.
I watched it once, and I was like, all right, done.
No.
I just watched it this weekend, honestly. I'm not even exaggerating. I totally did.
It's not great, but, I mean...
No, what are you talking about? Finding Dory is great!
It's a good movie, but it wasn't, like, special for me. I don't know.
It was over
the last
the
10
top.
minutes of Finding Dory,
top.
I was chuckling. I was laughing.
Oh man. Well, we'll see. We'll see for next week in Pixar trivia. I hope you guys will tune into that one. This was a lot of Pixar related stuff. Next week is going to be even more Pixar. I hope you are into it. We'll still go over news like we have every episode, dessert and stream of the week. So I hope you guys enjoyed this thing that we went through.
I enjoyed it.
I loved it. It was a blast, guys.
Yeah. It was interesting to see your guys' pick.
Same.
You stole
All right,
Monster
gang.
Inc. from me.
That oh
Salty.
That is going to
All right, guys. We'll see ya.
Thank you so much
Bye-bye.
for listening.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.